In our survey, we found that 27% of teens still have unprotected sex, knowing they have an STD. And I think that is a message for everybody out there. You think, oh, I know him or I know her, they look clean, or they would tell me. 27% of teens will still do it even though they have one, an STD. We'll be right back. We're talking about our huge TyraShow.com web survey of over 10,000 young girls. And I just have to tell the girls here and the audience at home, this is a very difficult show for me to do because it's a survey. And when you do a survey, you just have to hit things really fast, the questions in the survey, and move on. Like Tia, you were talking, I saw 10 red flags that I wanted to talk about you feeling like you need love, you don't feel good enough. There are so many things. And we're gonna do more shows about this. All season, we're gonna do more shows about this so that I can delve deeper into these issues that we're talking about today. Next up, teen pregnancy rates are on the rise. As we all know, we've seen the so-called pregnancy pact, which we covered here on the Tyra Show, a version of that on the Tyra Show. And our web survey showed that 1 in 5 girls actually wants to be a teen mom. 1 in 5 girls wants to be a teen mom. When I was a little girl, we did Play Mama in elementary school. You're gonna be my play daughter, can I be your play mama? Okay, hey, I'm gonna comb your hair. That was mama for us. Now it's like actually having sex and giving birth and wanting this. Tiffany, you were not an accidental teen mom.
No, I wasn't.
Tell me what that means.
A friend of mine had been having sex and was pregnant with a little girl. So my boyfriend and I had been talking about, oh, what would we name our daughter? What would we name our son if we got a baby when we were married? And all that talk had made me decide I really wanted one now.
And how old were you?
I was 15. We had talked about it. My boyfriend had made it very clear that he did not want a baby right now. We were still young. I was 15. He was 17. We were just finishing our junior year in high school. And we weren't working full-time jobs. He had a part-time job. I had none. So
you devised some tricks, though, because he was kind of saying baby names, but wasn't really ready to have a baby. He was just playing baby names with you.
Yes.
So you decided to do a little trick. What did you do?
I had helped teach a sex ed class to a class of freshmen in my sophomore year. So we taught how to tell if you were pregnant, and there is a week in the month that you are more likely to get pregnant than any other time of the month. And I had calculated that out, and I decided on 2 days I was most likely to get pregnant. We did not have sex on those 2 specific days. We had sex before them, but I did end up pregnant anyways.
So you were trying?
Yes.
Like a 39-year-old woman.
Yes.
That is trying. She's tracking her cycle. Or a 45-year-old woman that really wants to get pregnant, that the chances are less. That's, to me, when I hear you talk, that's what it sounds like.
Yes.
And you got pregnant?
Yes.
And you have a child?
I have a little boy. He is now 7 months. His name is Nathan.
Okay. Hi, Nathan. Okay, so that's Nathan. And Nathan is adorable. Let me talk about that, because there's always this push and pull that happens for me when children have babies and we all go, oh my God, that's so awful. And then we put the camera, or even as family, we all come to the baby shower or to the hospital when the baby comes out and it turns to, aww. And as beautiful as Nathan is, he is absolutely gorgeous. But there is something inside of me that tears me apart when I hear, oh, because it makes everything okay. And it makes your decision okay, because the baby has these beautiful big eyes and this cute little drooly mouth, and it makes it cute and okay. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Yes. It's this weird push and pull. It happens in my family. It's like, oh, she's pregnant. Oh, look at the baby. You know, there's something kind of odd there. I want to talk to Mama. Did you have that feeling of like, oh my God, this is awful, and then, oh?
I did. My first reaction was, total shock. I was at work and cried and cried. But my very next reaction was feeling for her, and how difficult it was for her, and hearing at the time I didn't know she was planning this. So what I heard in her voice was terror and what am I going to do? And that was really difficult, and it's hard now to feel that it was something that she shouldn't have done, because he is absolutely wonderful baby.
Yeah,
and
that's
fun
the
to
that's the
hold.
conflict. That's the crazy conflict, because you don't want to support your child having a child, so you think, okay, do I kick them out the house? No, that's my child, and now they're raising my grandchild. So then I keep them in the house. Does that mean that I'm saying that you can have more babies and more? You know, it's like this crazy thing. Where are you now?
I think the biggest thing now is preventing it from happening again.
And what are you doing for that?
We're trying really hard. I had made the comment, you're right, it's very difficult to say, I'm not going to kick you out of the house. And the comment I told her is, if it happened again, her having sex again, I was going to kick her out of the house.
Her having sex again, you're going to kick her out of the house?
And when I found out that because I'm not doing this again, when I found out she was having sex again after the baby, it was really hard to kick her out. I started to change that to, what can I do to change this?
Because that's not so realistic. I mean,
Right.
she's having babies and planning it, and then you're going to say don't have sex. Don't know
Right.
how realistic that is.
Right.
But I think putting the cap on, if you have another baby, you're going to have to leave, is more realistic. So your boyfriend did not know you tried to get pregnant because you tricked him.
He did
How did he
not.
feel when the baby came?
I told him when I was 6 months pregnant that I had planned it. He did not believe me at first. He thought I was just saying it because I was emotional. We had talked about adoption. He thought I was just using it as a ploy to not have to give him up. About a month after I told him, I sat down with him again and I said, Eric, I planned this. I did this. I calculated this. I planned our son. And he was really upset. He did not know what to think. So it was a big part in our breakup after our son was born, was us not being able to trust each other.
And so is he your boyfriend now?
He is not.
Did you want him to be your boyfriend with having the baby and planning it? That was part of the package? You wanted that package?
I did want that package. I kind of expected him to be with me for the baby. But after a while, I figured it's not his responsibility to be with me for the baby. It's his responsibility to take care of him and not
That's
be with
not
me
what you
just for
planned.
him.
You wanted a package. You wanted a
Yes.
perfect little thing. And I want to let everybody know, every little girl wants that package, but the statistics show that the boy does not stick around with teen pregnancies. We've got 2 more girls that are pregnant on this panel. We're going to talk to them. We'll be right back.